Hello and welcome to Property Money Trees Maximising Property Values, the once a month show where I break down the steps of how to recognise, enhance, and then extract the values in property in order to create wealth. Would you like to find out how you can benefit from the steps of maximising property values? This is even if you don't own a property yet or have a deposit. If that's a yes, then you're in the right place to find out. My name is Patricia Faber, and although many know me for my work as a solicitor, on this show you will be getting the benefit of my 30 plus years worth of experience of maximising property values, experience which has given me a net worth in millions. So who might benefit from listening to this show? Literally anyone with an interest in creating property wealth. Welcome back. Today I just want to go through a property that I was going to buy with my JV partner Kerry Beckingsale through a company that we own together, but we didn't because we are not motivated buyers, and because we were being a bit too picky, we actually missed out on this. But it goes to show what is available out there. So this was an auction property being sold by Allsops. And the reason why we didn't get it was because we didn't bid for it. Now, we might have bid for it and still not got it, but if you're not in the game, you cannot possibly win. Anyway, so this is what happened with us. And the reason why we didn't bid is because Allsops wanted us to pay £10,000 to them in case we actually did win the bid, which I thought was a bit, I honestly thought it was a bit rich coming from them, because what they'd said in their terms and conditions was that they would pre-authorise your card for the £10,000 and it would only be claimed if you actually were successful when you bid. And then they changed stuff around because I couldn't get them to authorise my card. So I rang them and they said, oh yes, we've got problems with our system. We are aware of it. You will have to pay us. Do you want our bank details? And I said, oh, actually, no, thank you. Anyway, so this particular property was a 2-bedroom flat in Collier's Wood. And I honestly I thought and still think it was a very, very, very good buy. So there are loads of these all the time. And, you know, people who keep saying, oh, you know, can't get anything, everything's too expensive, or, you know, interest rates are too high. There is always a perfect time to buy the perfect property. So irrespective of you know, the gloom and doom that is hovering above our industry at the moment, there are still some amazing things that people can pick up. So like I said, this was a 2-bedroom flat, very big hallway, massive bathroom, so a separate lounge and then 2 separate bedrooms and a big kitchen as well. So it could have actually, if somebody wanted to live there and they needed 3 bedrooms, you know, subject to consents, could have lent itself very, very easily to a 3-bed. Also, it had a balcony, really, really nice. So in looking at the figures before anything, so doing our due diligence, as it stood, property data said it was worth 410 plus or minus £25,000, and rent wise worth £1,918. And then doing it up to a high standard, property data said it was worth £500,000 plus or minus 30, with rentals at 2209. So this was no conversion, nothing, just a straightforward refurb. And this is what property data was saying. So again, being cautious, one could say, okay, 410 plus or minus 25, let's make that 385 as it currently stood, and then 500,000 after the works plus or minus 30, make that 470. So you're literally going for the lowest amount in the range that you are being given. So 385, 470 is what perhaps, one might be looking at as like current values. So in doing our figures, I put down that we wouldn't pay more than 290,000 for the to bid. Stamp duty would have been 10,700, legal fees 2,500, survey stroke valuation £500, buying costs £500, broker costs £500, buying costs, because when you buy at an auction there are various fees that you have to pay, £9,000. So that would have taken us to 313,200. Now remember that currently property data is valuing this at 385. So at the 313 we were still quids in, or would have been quids in, because we didn't actually get it. And then I said, to actually just do a refurb to the high standard, £30,000, and that would have taken us to £343,200. And if we were to sell, so this was actually a flip target, our profit would have been £101,800. So, how can anyone go wrong? Okay, so this is all on paper, but what is the worst case scenario? Let's say you only make half of, this paper profit. Divide it by 2. Divide that figure by 2. And what are we left with? £50,900 profit. And that actually, this figure that I'm talking about takes into account legals and other selling fees of £5,000. So, for me, it would have worked perfectly, because my minimum sum is £50,000, and this, whichever way one looked at it, still looks like it would bring in £50,000. But guess what? We didn't get it, and the person who actually bought it paid £255,000 for it. So remember, my figures were based on 290. So what? There's another £45,000 in that deal. Somebody, some lucky person, trusting person, actually got this amazing deal, and there are many more of them out there. So honestly, people, please don't be saying, oh, I can't do anything. Oh, because when everyone's rushing to buy, you're also rushing to buy, and then you're saying prices are too high. And when people are not rushing to buy, like now, what are you complaining about? Interest rates. But whatever the interest rates, whoever bought this is going to be laughing all the way to the bank. So just really want to say to people, if you really want to do this, if you're serious about being in the property industry and making money from property in this industry, maximizing your property values, honestly, stop making excuses. Just go out there, do your due diligence, and get going, because there are lots of lovely things out there. And it really, obviously somebody's bought this, so it's absolutely great, but there are people that I know who are still lying to themselves and saying, oh, I can't do it yet. Oh, I can't do it now. The time's not right. The time will never be right. Get on with it. Do it. And if this is not the industry for you, it's not a problem. It doesn't have to be the industry for you. It could be that you're going to make more money somewhere else, or you'll be happier in a different industry. But if you are saying that this is the industry for you, honestly, no more excuses. Go out there and just do it. Anyway, I hope everyone's going to be having a lovely Christmas. And since this episode is going to land on the 1st of December 2023, I am wishing you a very Merry Christmas and a very happy and prosperous New Year. So, go out there. If this is your industry, start making it happen. Start maximising your property values, because there are loads of opportunities out there.